what July has in store for you. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you do want to see future readings from me. And let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So we're going to start off with some oracles, and then we're going to go into like a full-on spread to see what comes up for this month. Okay, what are the overarching energies that my Scorpios are going to be dealing with for the month of July? What does this look like? Okay, so starting off with the first two cards. So we have Veiled, and we also have I Radiate Confidence. When you invest in positive emotions, it's normal for you to feel great about yourself. Self-assurance is the best way to increase your drive and ambition. Believe in yourself 100%, and soon others will begin to look at you as a source of motivation. So there's certain things that prior to the month of July, you may have not had understanding on, or you may have even felt like you were in the dark in regards to a person's intentions, a person's mindset, or where they're at mentally with the connection between you two, emotionally. It also just talks about maybe your overarching plan. There may have been things that weren't revealed to you quite yet in regards to whether or not you were making progress or you are making progress. Things that you may have felt like you were still in the dark in regards to not knowing which way to move. And July could be moving you inches closer to more understanding and the veil being lifted. Okay, if someone is also trying to hide their intentions or their true motives, it's going to be very hard for them to do so, because they will start to show signs of them hiding things or their intentions not necessarily being rooted in what they may say they are. It also talks about this month granting you an opportunity to tap into like a deeper sense of confidence, where you're more confident about your abilities or your skills or even your knowledge. Or you could be a lot more confident in your overall like sense of self, the way that you're looking. You could be, changing things up with your routine. You could be doing a lot more self-care, some health regimens, and you could be seeing some really good progress in regards to that. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's actually go into the tarot. So, going into the first card, this is going to represent just the general energy for July for Scorpios. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords and the Death card. So, the general energy is focused action. If you felt scattered, thrown off, distracted, July, you could be pinpointing exactly where that's coming from, intentionally doing things to kind of shift this energy. It also talks about someone else around you. They could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be the zodiac sign at all, but someone else around you, they could seem very scattered to you. They could be saying one thing and then doing another, or there could be random moments where they're expressing themselves and you're thinking that things are, one way, and really and truly they could be having, a totally different outlook on or a perspective on the situation between you two, or situations, period. It also talks about you being like quick to cut foolishness out of your life. You may not have the tolerance like how you may have had in the previous months to deal with the same foolishness. So you could be very quick to, cut communication where people are trying to start with you randomly, or where it seems like there's this reactiveness around how someone, the way someone communicates with you, excuse me. Now, when it comes to what I see specifically with career and finance, we have the Emperor and also the Three of Pentacles. So for my Scorpios who are currently looking for a job, if you are like learning a skill or investing in like going to school or doing things to kind of better your education so that you can get like a higher paying job or higher position within your career, this could really start to pay off for you beyond this month. This is just one of these months where you're making a good step in the right direction. For my Scorpios who have been actively like seeking out a job, some of you guys actually may land like a manager position or a position where it allows you a lot more either control around your time or your schedule or your money. There's something that this job or this opportunity is going to give you more access to. For my Scorpios who are currently working a job, you may be considering whether or not you want to still work there. You may be considering transferring to another department or another sector or to a higher position. There's something that you would like to change about the dynamics of either where you work, how you work, or what position you're working in. Now, going into what I see with love specifically, what does July look like for my Scorpios? For love, I have the Star card and also the King of Wands. So there could be Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo of significance this month. If you're single, you could be healing, focusing more so on like stuff you have to take care of, responsibilities, creative stuff I'm even hearing, and just healing, like just taking care of yourself, your well-being. There could be things that you're still working through emotionally that you still feel is a little heavy. For some of my Scorpios who are actually dating, it could be a situation where you feel like you and someone have like a strong attraction or pull to each other. You don't know where it really comes from though. It could be this question of like, is this a genuine connection or am I just feeling this myself? For my Scorpios in a relationship, you could be trying to actively work on the foundation of things. The Star card is like, we've been through some things, but we're moving past it. We're being hopeful. We're being optimistic about what the future may hold. So you could be realizing that you need more optimism about your relationship, especially if it's been feeling like doomsday. It's been feeling like you guys have been on the edge. This is a month where it's like, okay, we're going to work towards fixing things. I'm going to see what my person's doing action-wise. I'm going to be mindful of how I'm taking action, and we'll see where things go from there. Now, going into the possible challenge you may encounter during the month of July, what does this look like for Scorpios? We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So there could be an issue with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo where you guys may be at odds, or there may be a disagreement or a misunderstanding. If not that, this could be more so like paying attention to health. There could be certain health concerns where it's like, I really do need to pay attention to this, or I need to make sure that I'm on top of, you know, certain health regimens. This could be finances where there's certain things that you want to financially do, invest your money in, things that you're planning to do with your money that could be a bit challenging with other things that you may be responsible for. This could also be trust. There may be someone who you're dating where trust is faulty. They may have done certain things in the past that have made you kind of second guess whether or not you can trust them, or you just have a general mistrust of people, whether that's in business or when it comes to dating. So it's like, I would love to have that component. It's just, can I trust people? Also, another challenge may be you having very specific goals that require you to make certain sacrifices that other people around you may not understand. So it's like you may not have people around you who are really supportive of what you're trying to do. Or there may be even situations where people around you are encouraging you to do things that go against your goals, and shutting them out may be challenging. Now, what is the advice for my Scorpios for the month of July? What is the advice? So we have the Six of Pentacles and the Magician. So the advice for this month is to know what you pour all your effort, energy, time, energy into. I said energy twice. Is going to grow and is going to expand. So if you spend most of the month feeding your energy, time, all that into stress, anxiety, doubt, then that's what you're going to get more of. And if you want to capitalize out of this month, it's important with the Magician card that you recognize that you have everything that you need to do so. You just may have certain things that feel like obstacles you can't overcome. And it's mainly because you got to get better at what you're feeding and what you're allowing to feed your decisions as well. Especially for my Scorpios, where you're constantly going above and beyond for others, or being that support system for others in ways where you don't get that same support or love back, or you don't do it for yourself enough. Now, what do my Scorpios need to watch out for, be aware of? So I got the Queen of Wands and also the Ten of Swords. So what to watch out for? This could be someone who being close to them may come with hurt, betrayal, disappointment. And this could be for several reasons. Either they're dishonest, they give up on the relationship quite easily. They could be going through some things, so they may be a bit, difficult to love on because they're defensive. So what to watch out for is, and a lot of you already know who this individual may be, being too close to somebody who could potentially hurt you over and over and over again. Set better boundaries. Another thing to watch out for is like mental exhaustion and overworking yourself this month. You are definitely going to be putting effort in, putting time in. It's just overworking yourself to a point to where you feel just so exhausted and worn out may be a problem that you encounter. What to be aware of is, again, what's fueling you. Are you being fueled by the fear of disappointment? Are you being fueled by past disappointment or hurt that you may have experienced in your decisions now? Because that's going to be pretty much what determines what this month or even beyond this month looks like for you. We want to know what our intentions are behind the things that we do, because in a subconscious nature, we could be acting from a place of just trying to protect ourselves, and that's why we never get to a place of being truly happy or content. Now, last couple of cards for you. What is the energy around my Scorpios when it comes to the outcome of this month? So we have the Eight of Cups, and I also have the King of Cups. So you could be separating yourself energetically from things that don't feel good with your spirit or you don't resonate with anymore. The Eight of Cups is a card of, this brought me happiness, this brought me peace at one point, but I don't feel that way anymore, or I don't feel connected to certain spaces or certain energies anymore. So that's what's happening. You're going to be venturing into some new spaces, trying some new things. I think that you will be a big focal point too by the end of this month, where you're taking emotional stake of what's going on with you. You may even get a chance to express yourself and finally let out a sigh of relief after maybe leaving a stressful environment. This feels like a move. Some of you guys will be relocating or maybe leaving a stressful job environment. Something here looks really, really good in terms of you being like, whew, I'm at peace. But this is what I see for the month of July. I hope that this was helpful and to give you insight. If you took something from this video, definitely thumbs it up, subscribe, and I will see you soon.